I believe it's running. It's running. It's running. Hello. Hi. So, I'm currently live on Twitch, but I'll be reposting this onto YouTube. And I thought it'd be fun to go through the meanings of all the tarot cards. Here we go. I have all the cards. Well, I have 4 different decks to have 4 different, artists' renditions of each card. And I think it would be fun to just go through the meanings of all the cards. Obviously, I needed the original tarot deck, and then I have 3 others that I thought had enough difference in the art style that it'd just be really fun to look at. Unfortunately, I do not have the deck that we normally use with us right now because my husband, Craig, he went out with some friends and he brought the deck with them because he was planning on doing some readings for them. He asked me if I wanted to go, but hey, hi Queen. But I decided not to because I kind of wanted to do this instead. I know I could have done it earlier in the day, but I was just like, you know what? I took a nap. I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes I'm sleepy. But, hello, Queen. We're doing something a little different today. It's just me. Dad is not with us today. And I'm going to be going through all the cards and the meanings of them. So I thought it would be fun to do it with everybody that normally comes in to say hello and stuff. And so if you guys want to add anything to my commentary or just anything fun, quirky, whatever, totally cool. I don't know how long it'll take. My fiance is driving back with our new van. Yay! A new van! That's great. I'm so happy for you. I know you've been needing a vehicle. I'm going to lose my voice today. I just know it. So, finally able to drive. That's good. That's good. So, let's start from the beginning. Right? So, before truly starting, you start at 0 instead of number 1. Let's kind of move this here, and here we go. So, the first card of tarot is the Fool. He's number 0 instead of number 1, which I find fun because that just really represents the meaning of the card, because it's all about starting a new journey, but before you even truly started, you got your shoes on, your bag's ready, and you're about to walk out the door. Have you truly started your journey yet? Other than the fact of deciding that you're going to do this. Yeah, so what I find fun is that in the original tarot, color means a lot. So, the yellows are about, the brightness, about, the freshness of it. If we look at the original art, he's on the cliff. He's got his bag on him. The dog here is nipping at his toes, warning him because he's right on the edge. So it's not just oh, good for you, you're starting something new. It's also a warning, be careful. You don't know what you're really getting yourself into, and be prepared. Have everything. Be on the lookout. Don't be too foolish, but we're all still really happy for you that you're starting something new, right? This one here, we got just the more jester look to it. This deck really plays with the zodiac. So a lot of the major arcana have zodiac symbols all around. And he's the jester, more on the nose with the whole fool jester meaning. This one here, he really hasn't even truly began because he's sitting down. He's got his bag, and I think he just needs that little extra oomph to really get started. But he's on his way too. But I like the jester hat. And this one, I like this deck because it has all like different like mystical creatures and stuff in it. And she's a mermaid, and you got a little mermaid butt. So, of course, I'm going to like this deck. But she's got the cliff. And, yeah. So this is like the Little Mermaid, but before she has her legs. You can see it's starting because, like, the fins are falling off. So, she's about to start her journey, too, but... Oh, yeah. Yeah, and the rocks and stuff, too. Of course, I had to put my kitties that you gave me, Sody Popper, here. So no matter which way I turn it, one is facing up. But thank you. So I'm going through the meaning of each deck. Or each card. So that's what it means upright. So starting a new journey, starting something new. There's still always that warning, about like, be careful, you might be jumping off a cliff. But the cards are always happy that you're starting something new. But when it's in the reverse, it's about feeling stuck, making negative choices, and needing to see things with new eyes. So it's telling you, hey, you need to do something to flip this around. And sometimes self-defeating. That's my notes on it in reverse. So that's what I have for the first card. The Fool. Number 0. Ooh. So I'm going to make sure I keep these all in order. Yes, Foolie, you're a cat. Oh, let me move this back over here for you. No, not there. Your own little seats right here. Well, come up here this way. Yes, come on. I'm giving you permission. I know, baby girl. I love you. I love you. I love you. Here, I brought you a seat so you can be here and have everyone see how beautiful you are. All right. So now that we've gotten through the Fool, we have to do number 1. Number 1, you're going to knock everything down with your tail. The Magician. Ooh. We were snuggling all day. This is what happens every time I decide to move somewhere different. She'll give me a moment to get everything set up, and then as soon as I start doing something, here she is. The same thing yesterday when I was making all those TikToks for the readings that people asked for. I had to take constant breaks because she just had to be in my lap. So, the Magician. The Magician is power of creation, super clever, has mastery of all 4 elements because there's 4. Yeah, scratch your head. Man, I wish I could watch. I wish chat pleasant viewing. Oh, okay, Sody Popper. Oh. Well, Fully loves you and misses you. Look at that girl. Look at that girl. All right, I want you to be a good girl and sit here. Okay. Thank you, Sody Popper, for popping in. So, wow. Master of all four elements. Ever growing, challenges the world, unstoppable force, and new ideas. Because the story behind the magician is that he's super wise and, like I said, the master of all four elements. And you kind of go for him for guidance because he's supposed to like know everything. He's the master of the heaven and the earth below. That's why in the original he's pointing up and down, and to symbolize all of the oh my god, all the elements. They're normally on the table. Again, with like that brightness of the yellow and like almost the godly symbol with the infinity sign above his head. In this depiction, he's like holding all, or having them hover all over. We got all the four elements, the crown above his head. This one is my one lady magician card. It's like, she reminds me of I believe it's supposed to be like the Cinderella's good, oh, hi, Alex. The Cinderella's good fairy. The mother, what is it? Fairy godmother? That's what she is. Because we got the pumpkins down here. Because this is supposed to be like the fairy tales and different monsters and stuff like that. The only thing on here is that there's no, not the other elements on here, but we do got little mitesies. So we get that Cinderella look. And then this one, he's definitely working on something. And we got the coin in his pocket, the sword, the wand in his hand, and the cup right there. So the master of all of the elements. When he's in reverse, it's a lack of intelligence, self-doubt, sometimes being manipulated, feeling powerless. So again, not every card is going to be so black and white about, when it's in the reverse, it's the complete opposite. But the first couple cards kind of are, where, like, again, with the Fool, it's like starting something new and being fresh, where the other half of it is being stunted and feeling stagnant, where the Magician is like being super smart, being able to handle anything, where in reverse, it's kind of like, you're being dumb. Is really just the easy way of saying it. Is you're dumb, but in a nice way. So I'm gonna go on to the next card. Let's start back over here with the original deck. So number 2 is the High Priestess. She's all about balance, trusting your intuition, continuing on your research on stuff. She's normally depicted with a book in her hand. The balancing is being in the middle of the 2 pillars. And she's feminine, so like women kind of have like this. Oh, I'm doing great, Alex. I'm doing Tarot 101. What was I going to say? So women tend to have like this thing of like, oh, your women's intuition. So that's where you get your tuition from. Because almost every depiction that I've ever seen, the High Priestess, well, other than the fact this priestess is in your name, it's always a woman. So yeah, when it's in reverse, disconnected from your inner self, missing important signs, focusing on other people's opinions, and not taking the time to relax. So, again, the first couple of cards are going to be kind of like black and white. So in reverse, it's like you're missing the signs around you. 'Cause sometimes, the powers that be are going to be blatantly obvious, and like try to point you in the right direction. So when it's in the reverse, that's the card saying, hey, I don't know how to make this any clearer. It's right in front of your flippin' face. Pay attention. So let's look at the other cards. I like that she's got her book. She's in the middle. It's not pillars, but it's in between the curtains. And overall, just beautiful. I love the color scheme of this deck. We got our pillars, which are very important. She doesn't have a book in this one, but she overall looks smart. I don't know, that's just my opinion. And same thing with the last one, no book, but I like the water effect and the pillars for sure. And I'm always happy for a butt, so, or a boob. I don't discriminate. Butts or boobs are good. I don't know about you guys, but I like it all. So speaking of butts and boobs, we got our mother card. Great segue, right? So the Empress, number 3. Our Empress is our mother card. The next card is our father card. So we have our mother and our father. Tarot is sometimes has to be a little bit more not spot on, a little bit more literal with things, because or more traditional on some stuff when it comes to like feminine and masculine energies. Everyone has a little bit of both depending on where it lays with you, like what your levels are. But so even if you're a man, you got some female energies, and if you're a woman, you have some male energies to you. And if you're non-binary, so on and so forth. Everyone's welcome. But we all got a little bit of each. So when she comes out, she wants to tell us to trust our feminine energies. She has strong maternal influence. She is, she creates life. She protects life. You feel safe within her arms. And she's a great companion, a great listener, stuff like that. What you want your stereotypical mom to be, like movie, sitcom, no, not, whatever. Your average, not average, your super mom that you see in the movies and in TV shows and stuff like that. The perfect mom. That is the Empress. But when she's in reverse, you don't want to piss her off, because it's telling you you don't have balance between your feminine and masculine energies. It's a lack of growth, or even hesitant to grow, because your mama wants you to be the best version of yourself. So when she's in reverse, you kind of disappoint her. Like, we know you can do better. It's like, what's worse than making a parent upset? Having them disappointed in you. Right? So, to show off her womanly awesomeness, we got the female symbol down there. The fruit on her dress is supposed to like symbolize potential pregnancies, because she's all about like starting families and stuff like that. And she's definitely an empress if the freaking camera wants to focus. We have our... Ooh, I got 2 cards here. Our Lady. She's holding the symbol here. And like I said at the beginning with the Fool, this deck definitely likes the Zodiac, because the Zodiac symbols are around. I like this one because instead of fruit, she's got wheat. So still growing stuff. And I love the stars in her hair. And overall, just a pleasant card. And then this one, which I love, We got our Mother Mary. I was raised Catholic, so like I love me Mother Mary. The pinnacle of momliness, right? Okay. So, after we have our mother, we gotta have our father. Number 4, the Emperor. He also symbolizes Aries, because this is the original deck. He's got his the rams here. Boop boop. So, the Emperor. He's powerful. He's a leader. He's set goals. Pure masculine. He's all about habits and patterns. Solid and stable. But then he can be stubborn. A protector, warning about forgetting our spiritual self. He has a clear vision, rules and regulations, good at giving advice. So he's another stereotypical movie dad, TV show dad, the one like back in the 50s when the 50s and 60s television where your dad was always there. He's gonna take you to throw the ball around and give you stern but fair talking to you when you've done something wrong. You know. So he's your daddy. Here we go. Focus. Oh, there you go. It focuses. The Emperor. Here we are. And with this one, we got the symbols of the animals instead of the actual, or the drawings of the animals and not the symbols of the zodiac. Gotta spice it up. I like this strong daddy right here. He could hold me in his arms. What do you guys think? Strong daddy. We should just give each card a new nickname. Obviously, the Empress is going to be our mommy. And then the Emperor is going to be our daddy. Oh, daddy. Hold me. Okay. After our daddy. Who's your daddy? We have the... Did I put this in the wrong order? I put it in the wrong order. I was like, why is the Lovers there? Oopsie poopsie. Number 5. 5 golden rings. We have the Hierophant. When I first started doing tarot on Twitch, everyone told me I was saying the Hierophant wrong. But I don't know. This is how I say it. So if I'm mispronouncing the Hierophant, whatever, you call him how you want to call him. But he's our Pope. We go from our mommy, our daddy, into our Pope. So he's called the Pope because he looks like a goddamn Pope. He's got the funny hat. He's got people at his feet there. He's holding a staff. You think it's cute? Yeah. We gotta think of fun names. He's definitely the Pope. He's already had that nickname for a long time. The Hierophant. He's all about wisdom. He's always right. Complete harmony. He's very traditional. He's knowledgeable. He calls on us to do the right thing. His answers will appear as questions. And he also wants us to play by the rules. Rules and regulations. He is our Pope. This one, they kind of went a little bit on the nose. He definitely looks like a Pope in this one. This one, he looks like the magician in disguise. Kind of like a lawyer. Maybe. I noticed this earlier when I was trying to think of like stuff about tarot and like looking at the deck. Like, this guy looks like he's the magician, but in disguise. Could be. And I'll just stick this here. And then we got a lady, Hierophant, and she's more like the medicine man style. I like the, I just love this deck. I kind of wish we mixed up the decks a little bit more often. I think I should start doing stream by myself more often just so that I can play with the other decks too. I know Dad really loves the Goblin deck because we are the Goblin Help deck, but like, I got all these decks. I want to use them. I have even more than what's over here. So when the Hierophant's in the reverse, hello! Use and abuse those decks. Heck yeah. Oh, that would be fun. Yeah. Oh, Uncle Jimmy, I'm actually not... Oh, I should have closed the queue. I'm actually not doing readings right now. I'm doing Tarot 101. Ooh. I'm so sorry. I'm going through each card and doing the meaning upright and reverse. And oh, I think I can close it. I'm so sorry. There we go. I didn't even think about that. Because I'm going to repost this onto YouTube. And so it's just something fun to do. So anywho, so when the Hierophant is in reverse, you know what? You're useful. Useful is the first word of that. Useful idiot. So, follow your own path, look within, ready to go on your own, no longer need external approval, challenge the status quo, test new ideas, explain how things are done to others, and there's always a warning. We have, be careful not to disrespect your elders. There, so even though the Hierophant is like always right and traditional, when he's in reverse, it's time for you to blossom and do your own thing and trust your own instincts and go on your own path, not the traditional path. But it's also saying, don't be a dick about it, you know? So, on to the Lovers. I already flipped that one. So the Lovers. Here's some boobies. Hey, look at that. And a peen. You call that a peen? Anywho, so the Lovers. Lovers are pretty straightforward. Feeling free. Yeah, the peen is rather small. Micro peen. Well, you know, he's not rock hard right now. So he's a grower, not a shower. So feeling free, strong, strong unity, raw honesty. It could mean a love relationship, but it also could be loving your family, loving yourself, loving your friends. There's always so many different versions of love. And unity. So things are coming together. And advise us to choose wisely. You may be deciding on what is essential to you. It's a good omen for relationships. So, yes, we have our lovely lady in the micro peen. In this depiction, we got a very muscular man. It could be a lady because you don't really see his face and he's got long hair. In this one. Micro peens can be useful. Yeah, you got hands, you got a mouth, you don't know. You could be, there's toys, you know. What I like about this deck over here, it actually came with several lovers cards, where you could choose between two guys, two girls, or a or more straight couple. I went with the lesbians because, yes, that's how I am. So this deck was really nice. I gotta find. It was called the Star Spinner Tarot. So if you guys are interested in this deck, you have the option of a couple different cards. Don't tell people my kinks. And then this one, it's like the Beauty and the Beast lovers. So that's fun. What I love about each deck, though, is that well, the whole point of me bringing out the 4 decks is that there's always just something a little different that you can see in each card. So when you're actually doing tarot for either yourself or for other people, you can pick up on stuff that you find important to the situation. So, for instance, like this one, we got water, we got dolphins, like the colors, like whatever, you have to like trust your intuition. And like when you're doing a reading, if something in the moment really calls to you, I would say trust yourself. And especially if there's different like little symbols in the background, little creatures or whatever, and that might be something that the person you're reading for would cling to, like try to have that help you guide your readings. So when the lovers are in reverse, it can symbolize a breakup of a relationship. Again, it doesn't always have to mean a sexual relationship. It could mean relationship with your friends, with your coworkers, with your family. Maybe you need to take a step back away from the toxic people in your life, you know? It could also mean that you're together for the wrong reasons. Wrong choices made from fear or haste. It's time to stabilize your emotions and end your quarreling. Quarreling. That's a fun word. So you might look at yourself and be like, hey, I've been really fighting with my significant other. And is it really like this big of a deal? Maybe I need to be the one that apologizes, and you have to actually get over it. Don't let it bother you anymore and be like, hey, we're fighting over like something stupid. Like, why are we always fighting over what kind of bread we buy? Like, you know what? I'll give in and I'll eat the multigrain. I don't have to have white bread every time. You know, like something silly like that. It's okay to be the bigger person and be like, hey, I don't want to do, this is something that I don't want to do, but I love you, and instead of fighting over something silly, like what kind of groceries will you buy, or what color shirt I wear, or something silly like that. I don't know, I'm just thinking of random examples. It's time to just go like, I personally don't tend to get into arguments like that with my husband or with past relationships, because I'm kind of like easy go, easy come. Like, I'll do whatever. I have a few things that I'm like stuck on, but they're not trivial things. Sometimes you gotta let the trivial things go. It's not that big of a deal, you know? I've definitely I have friends that in their past relationships where they just like, I just can't. I can't have this brand of pickles. I can't believe it. Like, she always buys this brand of pickles. And you go like, well, maybe you buy your own pickles. Or don't eat pickles if you don't like them. There's a real conversation I had with a friend. His wife always bought this certain brand of pickles, and he loves pickles. And he got mad at her, and I'm like, just either you go buy your own pickles, or don't eat the pickles. I don't know what else to tell you. It's just pickles. You'll live. But we're going on to the next one. We are on number 7, the Chariot. We're gonna move forward to the Chariot. The Chariot is about the willpower and determination, forward momentum, and taking the reins. You know what you want. When it's time to take action in our lives, either you're the driver or the passenger, but what's most important is that you're in the car. Things are moving. It provides us the energy to keep moving forward, because sometimes we're getting like to the end of the marathon and we just need that little extra oomph to keep moving. So sometimes the Chariot is the one that like your legs are numb, but somehow you're still moving. That's because the Chariot is on your side and helping you move forward. And it's a sign of success. Sometimes it could mean a literal trip. So people can ask so many different questions, but if you're debating on moving somewhere or debating on going on vacation, something where you're literally going to move and the Chariot comes out, I don't know how it could be any clearer that you're going to be going on it. You're going to be moving. You're going to be going on your vacation. You're going to be doing whatever forward thing. You're going to buy a new car. Chariot comes out. Hey, I don't know how the cars can be more clear on that subject. For 3 years, me and Caitlin have been together. I've never liked pickles, and she loves pickles. You know what? That's why you're meant to be. Like Craig, he hates bananas. I love bananas. So, like, I'll eat the bananas. He doesn't have to have the bananas. There's a few things that he doesn't like that I like, or vice versa, where, like, if we went out to eat and, like, we've done this several times where, like, we'll go out to eat and he doesn't like tomatoes. They put tomatoes on a sandwich. Instead of getting upset about having tomatoes, he'll just pull his tomatoes off, and then I get to have extra tomatoes on my sandwich. You know, it just works out like that. So, to the cards. The Chariot, he's literally in a chariot. And we got the Sphinx, a black and a white one. They normally do symbolize, in almost every version that I've seen, they're 2 different colors. I don't know if that actually symbolizes something else. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure there is something to do with it. I like this one because we got the Sphinx again, and we got a lady chariot. If it will focus, there she is. But we got the black and the white one on different sides on this one. Again, I really love this deck because instead we got kitties, and obviously I love kitty cats. There you go, and boobas, and some man boobies too. Look at that. He's looking good, looking strong. He's got a sword by his side, and those 2 cute kitty cats. Is it a magical one where, like, are the cats steering it? I don't know. That's up to your interpretation. And then in the sea. Like, these fishies seem to be about the same color, so I don't think they're 2 different ones, but I don't know. I still like it. Hello! Yeah, the cats are definitely flying that one. Did I say what it means in reverse? No, I have not. So, when the Chariot is in reverse, now we have a lack of willpower. Unhealthy relationship with goals. Maybe you're focusing too hard and now you're missing the other picture or the bigger picture on stuff, or you can have unhealthy goals where you want to lose 100 pounds in a year. Like, that's probably not healthy. Stuff like that. A lack of determination or motivation. You're not in control. Giving up before even starting. So, another kind of like black and white one. I think most of the, if I remember correctly, most of more hiccups. Most of the major arcana are going to be kind of like black and white when it comes to up and reverse. So when it's upright, you're moving forward, things are doing good, you got that energy to do it. When it's in reverse, either you're spinning out of control, going 100 miles per hour in a 25 zone, like things are going way off the rails, or you're not even moving at all. Like, either way, not good, What does it mean when the card is missionary? Oh, when it's missionary. It took me a second. I guess that's up to your own interpretation. What's great about tarot is you can interpret it how you really want, but these are like the more traditional roles for each card. Okay. Then we have strength. Strength. Is all of them with? Not all of them. We got two with the more traditional style with the lion. So this one with the lion. Oh, no, there's a lion in this one. Oh my god, it kind of blended in the background when I was first looking. I was like, I thought it had a lion. And then this one, it's a crocodile. But he's furry. She's got the red head. She's the strength. Is it like... Oh, you know what? It's a crocodile, like, hybrid homunculus type thing. I'd have to look at the book because they actually have, like... Is it over here? No. No. Yeah, this one has, like, a little backstory for each card. Where, like, the fairy tale is supposed to come from. It's a Scotland fairy tale. Strength card, well, then it tells me what the card is about. Huh. I bet that's an interesting story. Anywho, so strength. Strength. More about inner strength over physical strength, but it could be physical. Knowing how to overcome your obstacles without violence, so that's why it tends to be more inner than physical. No one knows that you're the one calling the shots. You have only you've only scratched the surface of your abilities, and compassion and love, and then strength for you have the strength for other people. So strength, it's been a while since I've actually read my definition on strength, because strength is so, like, straightforward, it's inner strength. Knowing that, like, the whole point of having the lion in there is, like, even though that there's this wild beast of this lion, like, she can have her hand, like, right practically in its mouth. Like, this one, it's practically in the mouth of the lion. But, like, she's not scared. She knows that beast won't harm her. In reverse, it's take a look at your energy levels, time to take a step back and reset things. You must take care of yourself so you can take care of others. You're being too aggressive, and learn to control your emotions. So the strength is pretty straightforward. Inner strength, good, upright. you're lacking your strength when it's in reverse, or you're not using it correctly. All right. Boop, boop, boop. The Hermit. The Hermit is next. He's about inner peace. Move away from the noise of the world. To look inwards. Renew oneself. I'm sorry, not reflect. Move away from the situation. So this card can come up when you're having issues solving a problem. So it might come up saying, hey, take a step back, think about something else for a while, just like clear your mind, and then go back to the situation. You're getting too frustrated about it. It's time to like reset yourself, so that you can have your inner peace, because that's the goal at the end of the day for the Hermit, is to realign you back. So if everything's cool in your world, it means that you've mastered the Hermit. But if there is frustration, it's telling you take a step back so you can get there, because you're so close. You're really close to being there. It's not quite reversal time yet. So when it's in reverse, you're taking too much time and not enough on yourself. Go deeper into yourself, and value your communication. Value your communication to others, or it's time to reconnect with others, finding balance with others. So again, this one gives us a couple different like scenarios. You really have to know your situation that you're asking about when you're doing, when this card comes out. And it also depends on what other cards come up next to it, will help determine if it means that you need to reconnect with other people when it's in reverse, or you need to go deeper in yourself. So, let's look at the card. He's a hermit. He's in a cloak. He's by himself. He's standing tall, though, so he's cool with it. Here, the lantern is important, like showing the light in the darkness of being by yourself, knowing your path here, walking it. It's mysterious. I like this one with a more monk look. He's still got that, his staff, he still's got his lantern, still by himself, but he's cool with it. This one, he's got his stag with him. Maybe the stag is the lantern, because it's white, showing the light. But either way, he's the only humanoid person there, and his staff. All right, that one was pretty straightforward. Let's keep on moving, because there's a lot of cards to go through. There's a lot of cards. We made it to number 10, you guys. Woo! Number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is ever changing. Okay? You're going to have your good times, you're going to have your bad times. The wheel is always turning. So really it depends on what's going on with yourself. Will determine, like, is it a good sign that the wheel is out, or is it a bad sign? Because if everything's going just peachy keen, no problems, just straight shot going through life, and the wheel comes out, that probably means something, you might be having a hiccup. It's about to turn again. But unfortunately, the majority of the people who come here for help tend to not be doing that hot. Like with Queen, when her car was repossessed, when she was looking for an apartment, when other people, like, I know Uncle Jimmy's looking for love. So if this came out, that'd probably be a good sign. With Alex, there's always something going on with her and with Amy. There's so many of you guys. I love you all and I want you all to be good. So, this would be a good card to come out. But if, I don't know, someone who never has any problems in their lives, silver spoon in their mouth, if this came out, probably a turn for the worst, right? So I have ever changing. It's a circular motion. It's time there's going to be a new direction in your life because, again, it's turning. It tends to be a sign of success or good luck. It's more about the material world over the spiritual world. It's the flow of time and life and may mean a change in luck. So, what do we got? A ticket-talker on my phone. When it's in reverse, it's turning against. Be prepared. It's a warning card. If prepared, you'll be able to overcome it. So let's look at it. It's literally a wheel. Look at that. And we got a lot of different flying stuff around. We got our angels. Angels, they all got wings, but then we got the devil and his butt cheek right there. He's the one turning it. And look at that little micropene. Just a little bloop. Right? It's the devil himself turning it with his cheeks. This one, we got the zodiac signs, the sun in there. It's a wheel. Sometimes, it doesn't have to be more complicated than a wheel. This one, I like that instead of a literal wheel, we got two boys here, two angel-y boys. They're turning around. Hey, any feet porn people? Look at that. There's feetsies there, if you're interested. And spider guy. He's got lots of legs, lots of arms. He is the wheel. All right. Sometimes it doesn't need to be more complicated than just a wheel spinning around. Next we have justice. Justice, justice, justice. I need a drink. I'm getting thirsty. I did it. All right. Justice. Justice is about balance, truth and fairness, being able to act. Call to action will appear when an important decision needs to be made. Be prepared to stand by your decision. You will be held accountable. Okay? And if you're the one seeking justice, justice will be served, but you have to accept the verdict. Okay? Because sometimes you feel like it's not enough justice, but if justice lays its hands down, you have to accept the outcome. It's a reminder to keep an open mind and to be fair. So if you're the one who's going to be laying down the law, it reminds you to be fair and balanced. My goodness, I don't know why I'm hiccuping. So when it's in reverse, it's a call out on something that you did wrong. Okay? Unwilling to be accountable for your actions. Once you accept your actions, you will be forgiven. So, once you be like, hey, maybe I was the one in the wrong in the situation, that's when people can forgive you and move forward. So, it typically has the scales for the justice, Here we go. Pretty straightforward. Again, with the 2 pillars, I feel like that's where you get the balance from. Here she is practically, the justice is blind. We have the scales here. Yep. And angel with the sword laying down the justice. Another sword wielding person here. For justice. Justice, justice, justice. All right. All right. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is next. I feel like these are a really good pair together, the Justice and Hanged Man. So, Justice was relayed, and now it's like you have to accept your consequences, because that's what the Hanged Man is all about. Is Hanged Man. You must make a choice, or the choice will be made for you. There could be a fork in the road. You would be feeling out of control. Meditate and figure out what needs to be done. Once you've done that, do it once you know. Once you know what needs to be done, the action time is now. Challenges and look at things with fresh eyes. But what's also important is that the Hanged Man accepts the outcome. So the best way to look at it is that the Hanged Man, he's upside down. He's not hanging from his neck. He's hanging from his foot. And he's relaxed. He's got one leg just chilling. He even has the halo around his head. Even though he's not in the best outcome right now, he seems to be cool with it. He understands that this is what's going on right now. When it's in reverse, you feel like you're not getting any return for the effort that you put in. You feel like you're standing still. Nothing is turning out the way that it should. It's a difficult time is coming to an end, and there is no turning back. So I like to think of it as more like you're just refusing to accept things. All this things are happening around you, and you feel almost confused, So let's look at the other depictions. Again, he's always upside down. Normally almost in a relaxed state. Only one foot will be tied. This is another one where he just looks so comfortable. Almost waving to you hey, how you doing? I'm not in the best position right here, but not much I can do about it. This one, she's actually peaceful. I think she's more laying down than actually upside down. Is she really hanging? I don't know. All right. The next card is Death. Do not fear. Do not fear, my boys and girls and everything in between and outside the spectrum. Death is not a scary card. It seems like it would be a scary card. Don't get me wrong. It does look scary. There's skulls. And it looks scary. But Death, not too bad. Not that bad of a guide. Because when Death comes out, it's the end of a chapter and start of something new. So I'm a totally different person than when I was 15, when I was 21, when I was 25, when I was 30, and now that I'm 33. Like, you're constantly growing as a person. Maybe it might be coming out because you're going to be starting a new job, and that's symbolizing, hey, whatever you were doing before, you're not doing that anymore. Now you're starting this new job. You're starting a new chapter in your life. This old version of you has died. You can't go back to that. Sometimes it might feel like it destroys our sense of security. And it's more like it has to shuffle things up so that you can move forward. Will bring grief, but a positive change to come. It's time to cut ties on stuff. So, let's say you're debating on breaking up with your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever. This comes out, that probably means, it means that it's time to break up and start a new chapter of your life. And no one can avoid death. It's a sign that you're ready to move forward or change, but you first must let go of your past. So again, just letting go of the past. And then when it's in reverse, even in reverse, the death card urges us to let go of our past. It warns us that you're still stuck. So even though you're already in this new chapter, so no matter what, when the death card comes out, up or in reverse, you've started something new. So when it's in reverse, you're trying with all your heart and everything in your being to still be in that last chapter. When everyone else and literally everything else around you is already started the next chapter. They might not have healed yet, but they understand that there's another chapter going on here. It's the new season, all right? So it's telling us, come on, let's get on the same page. We're already past you. So let's look at these depictions of death. He's literally death incarnate on his horse. There's someone literally dead there, and then people grieving, but understanding that that's a sign of life, right? This one over here is a little bit more menacing, I guess, because it's just that you don't see anything dead around you other than the skull, but I don't know, something about this is a little spooky to me. It's a little spook. This card I think is really cute because it's the baby. It's showing like the next chapter overlooking at the last chapter, which I think is very cute, very pleasant to look at. The color scheme is great. There's a lot that you can like feel from this card. And then this one here. We got the death in the shadow. Whatever is behind this curtain is death. Right? She's about to find out. All right. Let's keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. The next one is Temperance. Temperance. Do you like my transition? Transition. Temperance. Working through it. Number 14. Hello, Rock. I'm sorry I put my cup on you. All right, Temperance. Energy of peace And, wow. Do you ever look at a word and just, like, lose your brain? Peace and patience. That is the word. The right balance of spiritual and material things. You are on the right path of knowing you're on the right path, or you know you're on the right path. Or you know the right path. I'm sorry. You know you're on the right path, or you know what path is the right path. And you potentially know how to get there. Boop, 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 boop. All right. When it's in reverse, it's overindulgence or you're having overindulgence or underindulgence. So either way, there's not a proper balance. You are discriminating the other people in your lives. So now the people around you are in imbalance. Take not of what may seem. Wow. My God, I haven't even been doing this for this long. How long has it been? Only an hour. Come on, Vanessa. Try to look around you and see what may seem off in your life and try to take the action to bring things back to balance. So, I may feel like things are properly in balance, but if this card comes out and it's in reverse, take a moment and do a vibe check on the people around you, with stuff at work or whatever it may be that you might be potentially could be concerned about, because there's something off. So, when it's upright, you're doing right. You're on the right path, you're doing good. Potentially good. Or you know what you have to do to get into the good graces. When it's in reverse, things seem to be off, the people around you seem to be off, and even if you haven't noticed that people are off, it's time to check in with the stuff around you and find out what is off, because there's something and it needs your attention. So, it's all about the balance. So it's literally pouring the water in between the cups to find the balance in life. So another thing with this one, the pouring of the cups is important because it's like finding the balance between the two cups. Being fair, being balanced. Let me look. Ooh, does she have cups in this one? No cups, but lots of things in each hand. She's got a toe in the water. That's important, right? And the last one, cups. Pouring them. Water. Balance. Good. I'm not normally the one who talks for this long. Normally Dad's the one here chit-chatting away with everybody, and I'm just adding my 2 cents. I guess I'm not used to talking for an hour straight, pretty much. I need to get back on it. I really do, because, like, I used to do this all by myself, and I'd be fine. I would stream for way longer than the 2 hours that we normally do. And yeah, my voice would be hoarse the next day or near the end of it, but, like, I could go way longer than an hour just chatting. I'm getting rusty over here, guys. I'm glad I'm doing this, though, because I need to get back in the swing of things. All right, the next card. The devil was in the details. The devil. Another one about balance, actually. So, finding the balance between work and pleasure. Because all work and no fun makes Jack a dull boy. And I don't know if there's a saying when it's all fun and no work, like nothing gets done, I guess. So, finding the balance between work and pleasure. Then in my notes, it could be what is holding you back from fulfilling your desires. What is holding you back from doing the right thing and working on stuff. So really, it's about balance. When it's in reverse, you're dragging in negativity into your situation. You must move forward to learn from your lesson. So, when the devil comes out, it's kind of negative on both ways, because it's like, are you in balance? The only way that it's truly positive, I feel, like, is it depends on what the other cards are around it will determine, like, okay, you are in balance, okay? But I think more times than not, when the devil comes out, it's about not finding the balance between work and pleasure. And when it's in reverse, it's still kind of like that, and not doing anything to do anything about it. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I've been talking for an hour straight, and I'm not used to that. I gotta get back into the swing of it. I'm going through all the cards and discussing the meanings of it upright and in reverse, and when I'm all done with that, I'll be reposting it onto YouTube, because we've been doing that for our live stream, so hopefully we'll bring more people out to like think it. Oh, thank you for the hydration. Thank you. I've been drinking, but I'm not used to talking. So let's look at the cards. I have 4 different decks here. Dark. And I've been showing off each one. That's why we got the devil here. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Finding the balance. And I like this one because he's just like the fire. And those ripping abs. Woo! Let me lick off that sweat. This one, we got a beautiful side butt. Wow. Look at that face, too. He knows he's got a great ass. Because he's the devil, of course. If the devil didn't have a good ass, like, I'd be really disappointed. If the devil was real and then he didn't have a good butt, like, come on now. And then we got a more snake in the forest. Devil. All right. Moving forward from one negative card to another. Some people say like this is kind of the most negative card in the deck. I'm going to say the more literal definition, and then kind of how we use it more, because I think out of everything, when Dad and I do tarot, Dad more than anything, he's more strict and more say it as it is. But I think with this card specifically, he kind of softened it a little bit. So in the more traditional definition of the Tower, oh my god, it's a call to destroy the lies in our lives. The lies in our lives. The lightning strike of truth. Get the beep, boop, boop, boop. Get the lightning strike here. Lightning strike on this one. There's a lightning strike of this one. The lightning strike of truth. Pew, pew. Yes, exactly. Most times it's more physical over spiritual. Must be open to change. Don't keep everything in the same place. So I notice when Dad does readings and the Tower comes out, it's more about like, he talks about like building your foundation, which I find is important. So you can look at it that way. I definitely see it that way. And that, can your tower withstand this lightning strike? You know? When it's in reverse, there's a crisis on the horizon. We need to break down and understand anything that might be false in our life. It also could mean a narrow escape from disaster, but you're having trouble moving on after this event. So you have like PTSD. Like, you survived the mass shooting, but you have PTSD now from it. You're trying to rebuild with the same pieces. It's time to use new ones. So again, this has a lot about like rebuilding and the foundation. So I understand like that's how he personally interprets it. And what's great about tarot is that it's all about what the cards, but also what the reader has to say. So if you were, say a sentence, but like how you put inflections on each word will determine like what you're actually trying to say, right? So a great example is the word fuck. Like, if you go fuck, that's probably did something wrong. Maybe you hurt yourself or whatever. But if you go fuck yeah, like, that's a good thing, right? So it's how you put your inflection onto it. So I think that's a good lesson for new tarot readers, but specifically that's why I thought it was important to say what the more traditional definition is and another way of interpreting it. So this is why it's the more traditional. Like, there's the chaos all around it. Like, can you handle what is about to come? Because when it's in reverse, it's like either it already happened and you're struggling getting over it, or it's about to happen. Let's get prepared. But it's all about like your foundation is what's most important, is that this is going to get rocked no matter what. Can you handle the rocking? Because it's coming. Or it came and it's time to rebuild, or like it came and you barely handled it. Stuff like that. So we got our lightning strike. Guy falling down. Here's another butt. I like a nice butt. I don't know. It's a good formed butt. Not in the greatest circumstances. No butts in this one. But we got the lightning strike. Tower's on fire. Lightning strike. Is that a... Oh, is this supposed to be like the hair coming down? I don't know. Interesting. But there's so many different ways to interpret the cards. So that's what the whole roundabout way of me saying it. Next, we have the star. The star! I think once I get through the major arcana, I'm going to end it, only because my voice is already like, oh my god. And then I can do the minor ones maybe after a bit of a break. We'll see how I feel. If anything, I might come back on later just to do readings and do the minor tomorrow. We'll see. The Star. Star is a card of hope. You've gone through a great deal, and you came out of it with a new sense of power. So it's kind of like you've already gone through your disaster of the tower, and you're out of it, and you've actually grown stronger from it. It's a guiding light to show us the way. Do you know the way? Everything will be okay, and it's the quiet after the storm. So again, you kind of already gone through a bunch of shit, and now it's time for healing and finding your new path after the disaster. When it's in reverse, it's you're feeling hopeless and despair. It calls for a change in attitude. Don't play the victim, but have faith that things will work out. Keep your eyes and mind open. Okay? So, I really like the idea that the tower is right before the star. Because, like, the disaster of the tower and the how do people handle the disaster after the disaster has happened. So you have people that literally become stronger, and those who can't handle the disaster. They struggle handling the chaos after the fact. So let's look at the cards. We got the bright star ahead. We got some boobas. Gotta love the boobas. Pouring the water out. So I guess it's like, oh, if we look, maybe she's watering the plants. Like, what do you got to rebuild now, right? Things have to regrow. This one, more boobas. Important with the boobas. Again with the water and the star out there. I should get in the habit of going boop, boop. No boobas, but we got some legs. And only one water. A bird in her hair. And no water in this one, but she's that little lamb. Oh, I guess there's water by her feet. Yeah, the star is almost always nude. She's not nude in this one. Gotta love some boobas in your tarot. I don't know, I think it's important. After the star, we have the moon. The moon! It's the shadow of our psyche. Reveals hidden truth. Reveals truth within dreams. Strange events and feeling of oddness. So the moon is normally like all about interpretation of the unknown, of like that weird intuition that you get, or like that spooky feeling you get when you're in a scary situation, you know? When it's in reverse, it's confusion in finding a way. Trying to find the positive as an escape. So finding the silver lining in things isn't always the right thing to do. Sometimes you just have to understand that this is a pile of shit and don't be happy with the crumbs. It's a call to trust the knowledge within. So this one is another one where even though when it's in reverse, it's trying to have you figure out how to flip it up right. So yeah, this is a lot about like your understanding of your inner thoughts and your dreams and things that you're confused about. That's why in most interpretations of it, it's kind of like weird. Like there's a lobster, there's dogs, there's like weird things you'd see in dreams. Like 2 different type of dogs, the lobster, the pillars. I like it though. Rock lobster. This one, the dogs are the same, but we got the lobster. And just looking weird. In a good way. Dreams can be fun, right? And this one got a lady and a bunny. I don't know what to say about that one, but here we go. The last one. I like the whole look of this one. The moon. I just think it's important to like see what other cards have. Just so when you're doing readings and you're using other decks, you're not always using the same deck, you'll get something different each time you do a reading, even if you have the same cards. It's like you gotta look at the symbols within it and like understand like how that relates to the situation at hand. So after the moon, we have the sun, right? So getting bigger and bigger. Star, moon, the sun. So the sun is the most positive card in the deck. So you gotta imagine the sun is like at high noon and there's no shadows. Because like the truth symbolizes, light symbolizes truth, and like shadow and darkness is like a symbolizing lies and deceptions and stuff like that. So when the sun is in high noon, there are no falsehoods, truly positive, just overall, just loving life, most positive card in the deck, time for clarity, and there's just prosperity, I don't know words, truth and justice, blah blah blah. Okay, when it's in reverse, it's a sign of depression and sadness. Could be feeling burnt out or concerned that you don't have the best support system. You can be blocking the light. It could be you that's blocking the light. So, super positive when it's upright, lots of shadows when it's in reverse. So let's look at this boy. What a cutie little patootie. Naked little boy. Oh, no problem. I'm getting there. We're almost at the end of the major arcana, and then I'm gonna call it, and I'll probably come back to doing some readings later on after I've maybe got some ice cream or something to soothe my voice. Okay, so the sun, he's super positive, cute little boy. He's on his horse. We got the sun bright and the sunflowers, just like, yeah, normally Dad's the one talking for this long. But yeah, he's super positive. I like this one with, like, we're in space. Look how giant the sun is compared to all the other, planets around. Super positive, even within the darkness of space, right? This one, just, I don't know. With this deck, I think the only thing that it was lacking was the last couple of ones. Let's just take a quick look. We have the sun. It's this one. The moon. And I guess the star. It's really the moon and the sun were just like, I don't know. I feel like with this one, it was just the only one that didn't really bring it, Like, all the other cards are just so beautiful, and I love the color scheme that they use for this whole deck. But, like, I don't know, I just feel like these two really didn't give me sun and moon, It could just be me, but they're still beautiful cards, but I just feel like with all that you can, like, do with these two cards in specific, like, I do like that their, like, color schemes are different, but, like, I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. My opinion. Oh, I didn't put the other ones over there. And then the sun. This one, they went with more of, like, the ancient Egypt. The sun god Ra, I believe his name is. Yeah, I agree. It's like, I feel like the artist rendition for this deck, like, those are the only cards that I felt like were lacking out of all of it. Like again, the color scheme's great. I like what they did with the minor arcanans the most, to be perfectly honest. I like, once we get to it, just like the whole... I'll show you eventually. But like, I don't know. I felt like they could have done more with it, but that's just my opinion. After the sun, we have Judgment. Being called to a higher order. Whether it's good or bad, the time is now. So it's kind of a call to action type card. Things will never be the same again. I don't have too much written down for Judgment, because I feel like being called to a higher order and like now action, like, I don't know how much more information you can really get on it. I think it's pretty straightforward and more narrow in its meaning. In reverse is a fear of holding us back from making the correct decision. Denial of lessons and making the wrong decisions. So you might have learned your lesson, or you're in the process of learning your lesson, but you're choosing not to take that information. So, like, there's times where you can do the wrong thing over and over and over again. And every time that you fail, you go, wow, I should have done it this way. I should have done it this way. But then you get into that situation again, and you don't do it the right way because you still do it the wrong way. Others are talking about you, and you are taking the blame for something you did not do. So, again, I don't have too much written down for Judgment overall. Like, normally I have like a whole like thing written, and it's just like this much. So, maybe I should have looked at my old notes and written some more stuff about it. But really, I think what's most important is being called, and in reverse, I don't get Judgment all that often. Denial of the lessons, yeah. And being blamed for something that you didn't do. So, let's look. We definitely get the calling. It's almost like the Christian version of the rapture. Oh, well, hello, Foolie. Oh, it's Cooley. Hi, Cooley. Oh my god. I thought you were Foolie for a second there. Oh my god, my baby girl. Cooley, like, never comes up to say hi. You must be really loving me. Or really missing me. Or you really got a scratchy butt. You got an itchy butt? Is that why you came up here? She's gonna knock into everything. I know, she's so cute. Where's your sister? I thought she was snapping on the couch. Anywho. Meow, meow. So Judgment, being called to a high order. It's definitely gives the look of the Christian ideal of what the rapture is going to be, of like the angels coming down and everyone becoming naked and I guess coming up into the clouds. Definitely gives me that like look. And there's boobas and some butts. We just got our trumpet over here. Oh, I almost forgot to do that. Is there people? Oh, there is people there. More nakeds. I like a few butts. Remember to do that. Ooh, I haven't moved this in a while. Gotta love the lazy Susan. Okay, trumpets. No nakeds. Just an angel. I guess he's naked, but like you don't see anything good. And Judgment, we got this monkey. And I guess the monkey specifically is being called. Because with the clouds parting and stuff. I do like this deck. Okay, so after Judgment, we're at the World. The World! Hi, Cooley. You're such a good girl. You want more scratchy on the head? I'm almost done and then we can snuggle. The World. The World. Harmonious union of all things. Finding peace. Perfection and completion. Taking pride of what you have done. When it's in reverse, it's a sign of stagnation, taking shortcuts, trying a new tactic, or missing the point. So, the World is the last one of the major arcana. So, everything is now into place perfectly around you. You're having a great family, great career, great love life. Just like everything falls into place when the world is upright. When it's in reverse, you're trying to take shortcuts to get there. A sign of stagnation was the other one. Feeling stagnant. And like you're still almost there. Right? So, let's look. And then I'm going to do a recap real quick of what we did. And then I'm going to end the stream so I can upload it right away. So, the World. Yes, Cooley. What a cute little girl. Anywho, we got some boobas. Always gotta love the boobs. Everything's around her. Got the reef. Just everything is in balance. I'll go like this. Then, again, she's looking good. Looking strong. She's up on that pedestal. Perfect, right? This one I like that they kind of made her look like Mother Earth. Because she's the world. Oh, you know what? I think it's the sun and the moon up here, down here. They kind of brought it back. I still don't like those ones, but that's just my opinion. Nothing's going to be perfect. But the world is perfect. And the world on this one. Just a happy couple. Nothing could go wrong. All right. So recap. I'm going to slide some stuff out of the way because I'm going to use the original tarot deck to do this recap. Boop, boop. If I knew how to edit stuff, I would edit it, but you know what? Everything's going to be all right. So, recap. We had our Fool. He's on a journey, or about to start his journey. Oh, I didn't put everything in the right direction. Let me fix it. It was just these two? Really? It's just going to be those two? Okay. All right. The World. That was what we just did. The Fool. The Fool. He's just about to start his journey. That's the best way. Everything's about to start. But you're super excited and you're gonna do it. In reverse, something's holding you back from starting. I don't know what it is. You gotta figure that out. The Magician. He has the master of all elements. He can handle himself. He's super, super smart. In reverse, you're being a dumbass. Look at yourself. You're dumb. The High Priestess. Great intuition, great balance, and in reverse, again, you're missing everything around you. The world is trying to, the energies that be, whatever you believe, is trying to make things super clear to you, and you're still missing all the signs. They couldn't be any more clear right up in your face. Again, you dumb. We got our Mother card. She wants the best for you. You're doing great. She wants you to start a family. Super lovely. Trust your feminine intuitions. In reverse, you're being dumb again. I think that's the best way to say it when it's in reverse. In reverse, you're missing. There's an imbalance of your feminine energies, stuff like that, and you're kind of being mean to people. When you don't need to be mean to people, you gotta be your mama. Okay. The Emperor is your daddy. He's your pure masculine energies, setting goals, everything's in order, ducks all in a row. In reverse, fuck. Trying to be fast. Woo! Emperor, being too rigid in your thinking, abuse of authority. Ask yourself if you're making other people feel powerless. So when it's in reverse, you're being a jerk. In reverse, jerk. Upright, cool dad. Cool old 50s TV show dad. In reverse, you're a jerk. You're abusing your power. The Emperor, sorry, that's what we just did. The Hierophant, he's our Pope. He's super good guy, tells the truth, does the right thing, just overall positive. In reverse, it doesn't mean that you're a jerk or anything like that. It actually means it's time to do your own thing. Don't be traditional. It's time to think outside the box. It's time to go on your own path. The Lovers. Feeling free could mean literal love, but not just romantic love. It could mean family love. It could be friendship love. There's so many different types of love. It's a very positive card when it's upright. Good for you. In reverse, you could be in a love relationship and you're in it for the wrong reasons. It could be a sign of a breakup. It's just breaking apart of unions. Upright unions, in reverse, no more unions. Chariot, we're moving forward. It's giving you the willpower to keep moving when you feel like you can't handle it anymore. We could be at the last leg of the marathon and your legs are rubber, but somehow you're still moving because the Chariot's the one giving you the power to do so. Either you're the driver or you're the passenger, but what's most important is that you're in the vehicle and you're moving forward. When it's in reverse, you're not moving anywhere. You're stagnant, you're stuck. Overall, you're not moving when you should be moving. Strength. It's more inner strength over physical strength. We can handle most situations. We're also very gentle and very kind to other people. That's why the lion isn't biting you, because you're nice to it. You're petting it. No violence. No violence with strength. In reverse, I want to say that you're a butthole. Now, my brain. Strength. Take a look at your energy levels. You must take care of yourself. Yeah, you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. So, because people rely on you, because you normally have the strength, it's time to take a me day. The Hermit. Inner peace, being cool with yourself, knowing how to take care of stuff without other people, inner peace, blah, blah, blah. In reverse, you're not taking enough energy on yourself. It's time to go deeper into yourself. Or it's time to reconnect with others. It all depends on what the other cards are around it. So either it's time to, when it's in reverse, it's time to go deeper into yourself, or it's time to get out of your shell and visit other people. Again, it all depends on what the other cards are around it. Wheel of Fortune. Ooh. Things are moving. Your luck is moving around. Life is always turning. Always turning. Either things are good or things are bad, but it's not always going to stay that way. Hi, y'all. I'm at a friend's house now, but I made it safely to my destination. I'm glad you made it safely to your destination. I'm about to end really shortly, but I'm doing a recap of all the tarot cards, but I'm glad that you made it home safely. So, Wheel of Fortune, life is always changing, life is always turning, your luck is either going good or bad, that's just the way of life. Nothing is going to stay the same forever. When it's in reverse, it's be prepared. Things are about to change. In the negative, more times than not. Because when it's upright, it's more times than not, it's positive. More times than not, when it's in reverse, it's negative. But what's always important is that the wheel is turning. It's a warning card when it's in reverse. Justice. Things are fair. Balanced. It's a call to action. Like, you might be the one who has to be the justice. But if you're the one seeking justice, you gotta accept it. Whatever the outcomes are, that's how things are. I'm sorry. That's just how things are. When it's in reverse, it is, oh yeah, you're a butthole. That's what it was. You're a butthole. You have to accept your buttholery so people can accept you back into the fold or, apologize for what you did because you were the butthole. So, the Hanged Man, accepting your outcomes in life. He's hanging carefree despite his situation. When it's in reverse, you feel like you're not getting the raw end of things or the right. You feel like you're putting in a lot of work. No one's appreciating you. You're not getting what you feel like you deserve. Pretty straightforward. Death. End of a chapter, start of a new. No matter if it's upright or reverse, you're in this new chapter. So, when it's upright, you've accepted that you're in a new chapter, you're ready to move forward with your life, things are moving forward. When it's in reverse, you're still in the last chapter, even though everyone else is in the next chapter. It's time for you to catch up. People are moving forward. Actually a positive card, not a negative card. It seems like it would be negative because, death. No one likes death, but it's a part of life. You die several times in your life. You're not the same person as you were when you were a child and what you are now. Temperance. It's all about knowing the path that you're in. Either you're on a good path or a bad path, but the thing is, you're aware. Either you know how to get to the good path and you're working on getting there, or you're already on the good path and you're doing the right thing. And balance. Balance and paths are the most important things to remember for temperance. When it's in reverse, it's imbalance. Not appreciating the feeling like you don't. People aren't appreciating what you've done to get here. Just mainly imbalance and on the wrong path. Right path, right side up, wrong path, upside down. The Devil. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So, finding balance again, but between work and pleasure. When it's in reverse, either you're too much on one end of that spectrum, for sure, and you need to reassess your life to get onto the balance side. Because, I didn't even say this in the original one. This isn't our Christian devil. This is like the devil of nature, of human nature. So the devil in tarot wants you to be in balance. The good devil, not a bad devil, but he will call you out when you're not in balance. When you're not in balance. The Tower. Lightning strike of truth. Shit is about to get real, or shit is already real, and you need to make sure that your tower is made out of truth. So when the lightning strike of truth hand strikes it, you're like, shit's already truth. It's like, what are you doing? When it's in reverse, either the disaster is about to happen, get prepared. If you're prepared, it will soften the blow as much as possible. Or you have PTSD, pretty much. The disaster already happened, somehow you survived, and you're not handling yourself correctly. You need to take care of your mental health, you need to take care of your physical health, whatever that may be. What else? The star. It's our guiding star in the night. It's the North Star, telling us the stuff. Guiding light to show us the way. Do you know the way? Everything will be okay. It's the quiet after the storm. It's right after, the best way to remember, it's right after the tower. Shit already happened. How are you handling it after the fact? So when it's upright, you're handling it the best you can. When it's in reverse, you're not handling it right. The moon. Understanding dreams, understanding the signs around you. It's more of the bizarro land of tarot. In reverse, everything is confusing and you just don't understand what the hell's going on. You don't know how to interpret things. The sun, super duper duper positive. There's no shadows. It's high noon. Shadows represent lies. Light represents truth. So there's all truths around us. When it's in reverse, we got the sadness, the depression, feeling burnt out. So, poop. So we want the sun upright. Super positive, kind of poopy. We've got more negative cards in here. So when it's in reverse, it's still not good, but it could be worse. Judgment, being called to a higher power. Moving to do something greater than you. It's kind of like the rapture, like moving up in life. When it's in reverse, the fear is holding us back. So there's something holding you behind is pretty much the best way to wrap it up. Something's holding you back from moving forward, from being at that next level where you should be, because it's trying to call you there. And in the world, everything is in harmonious, wonderful unions, finding peace, perfection, just truly lovely. And when it's in reverse, there's stagnation, taking shortcuts, and missing the point is what's when it's in reverse. So we want it upright. So I think that was a pretty good recap, going as fast as I could. And just the first ones I put upside down. All right. I'm glad you made it to your destination. And I'm going to call it quits here. How long did it take me to do it? Almost 2 hours to go. Almost 2 hours to go through 22 cards. Wow. Great job. Well, 22 cards and a recap. So, not too bad. And with a little bit of chit chatter in between and a little bit of, goofy, look at peonies, look at boobas. So, I think that went pretty good. I think. What do you guys think? How'd I do? I did my best. I hope you all think I did all right. Let's go rate somebody. I'm gonna go get myself some ice cream to cool my throat from talking so much. Hopefully Craig will come back from the bar and doing tarot to random people out there, because he likes that. He likes he likes doing it to strangers in real life, not just strangers on the internet. My Gaylord. Channel. I was pressing the wrong button. I'm like, why am I not in the right place? Oh, load. Please don't do an echo. It's going to give me an echo. I'm so sorry, guys, for the echo. If it wants to work. Oh, great. Okay, I'm so sorry. I pressed the wrong button where it went back to like what I was actually doing. And then I'm sure you heard an echo. Truly apologize. Let's raid. Let's raid Shadow Legends. Who do we got that's doing tarot right now? Did it not? Oh my god. Tarot. Greatest Good Tarot. I don't think we've rated them. Okay. That looks... Oh, their queue is closed. Should I not do them? Their queue is closed. Let's look. Oh, then a Japanese guy. What is this? Let's do these guys. They got cute stuff and furriness. Alright. I'm gonna eat some ice cream, cool down my vocal cords, and probably start up in maybe an hour or so. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye! And over here. Oh, poop. Oh my god, really? Buttons? Controls? And for the YouTube, goodbye!